Why would you waste your time approaching women if you're a single man in 2022? I have to ask because the juice just isn't worth the squeeze when women have so many options, and they are so entitled. We all know by now that it is good to be able to talk to women that are complete strangers and people in general. If you have trouble talking to people, I suggest that you learn how to talk to people because we live in a people world, and if you want to get ahead in this life and get what you want, you must be able to speak with people and form connections. This is something that I already expect most of you to be aware of and able to do, so we won't dive deep into it. Suppose you are shy or have trouble speaking with people, specifically women. In that case, you can get a job that forces you out of your comfort zone, where you have to talk to both men and women on a daily basis, or go outside and spark up a conversation with random people or people that work in stores like cashiers. Don't overcomplicate it. Expect that some people won't want to talk to you and you'll get disrespected a few times, but the more you do it, the better you'll become at speaking with men and women until you realize there's nothing special about most people and they're just human. I worked at a job where I had to talk to dozens of people daily, so I currently have no problem speaking with them. I can confidently say that it can be easily fixed if you struggle to talk to people. Regarding communicating with women, most of them are insecure brothers, so there's nothing to fear, trust me. Now, I would never waste my time cold approaching women and trying to pick them up in public or online because that gives them a reason to reject me and inflate their already big egos. Instead, if I want to get a girl, I'll talk to someone who already likes me, or I'll get a friend who can refer the girl to me and put in some good words, so it becomes 10 times easier to close. So that would be like a warm lead or hot referral. Coach Greg Adams breaks it down all the time. In my opinion, why waste your time on women who are not interested in you, don't like you or want to be with you when you could be using that time to work and make that bread? And nowadays, women are monetized, so in essence, money is worth more than XX's since they can be bought for a couple of hours for pennies on the dollar. I know many of you don't want to talk about this, but money is worth more than peace leave because women are selling it. The more money you have, the more women you can quote-unquote form a transactional relationship with instead of going the traditional marriage route to get what you want. Before, the cost of some wet vice grip would be a marriage where you would have to spend hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars over the lifetime of the marriage. You couldn't put a price tag on that, but now we live in a new world, and that's no longer the case. The price of peace leave plummeted when they started to give it away for free in the digital open sexual revolution, which leads us to today where marriage is disappearing and peace leave is being sold by thousands of women giving it a price tag and unknowingly making money worth more than peace leave. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. For example, we cannot say money is worth more than life because it doesn't have a price tag attached to it and it cannot be bought or sold to others. So life will always be worth more than money since no amount of money can bring someone back to life or make life. But peace leave is a different case now, and I'll explain why. Before, the price of peace leave was marriage for a large percentage of the population of women. The money to maintain a marriage could not be quantified for every married woman, so we couldn't put a price tag on it, so we could say back then that peace leave was worth more than money. But now that tens of thousands of women are putting a price tag on their peace leave and marriage is going bye-bye, money is now worth more than peace leave because the more money you have, the more peace leave you can easily get via a transactional relationship. If that still went over your head, I don't know what to tell you. With that said, why would you want to waste time approaching women who don't want you when you can just use that time to get money and then use the money to get a transactional relationship where both people benefit? That's my mindset because I already know that quote-unquote free women cost the most, especially married women, and the barrier to entry in those relationships is very hard for most men. So much so that men are not getting modern women, and most single men today are struggling to get peace leave even though now is the easiest time in human history to get it. And my point is if men are not getting what they want using the ancient strategies that worked in 1918, why not use a different strategy that is working right now to get what they really want? All it takes is a willing participant who wants to keep the pseudo-relationship monetary, just like dating. However, instead of dating, you're mating. Isn't that what many men want, to bust that nut? So why not jump straight to the mating instead of wasting money to get to know someone with the hope that she might like you enough to part her legs? That's what I'm talking about. There's no longer a need to approach women to get them to go out on a date with you and spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per year to fill women's bellies and get absolutely nothing in return. I was watching one of Coach's live streams the other day, and if my memory serves me right, there was a guy that spent over $7,000 in 1 year and got no wet vice grip. Can you believe that goofy-ish he spent $7,000 on taking out women on dates and got nothing in return? That's reprehensible, in my opinion, so why on earth would I want to do that when there is a more direct way to spend less and get what I want if I have money and discipline? It's time to wake up, guys. Approaching women is dead, dating is dead, relationships are dead, and marriage is dead, so why not come over to the Soul Society? Many of you say you want women's souls, so since they're selling theirs, why not buy it? And I'm not saying you can't carry out a woman to a dinner date. That's not what I'm saying because you are technically dating a woman. I'm saying don't waste your money trying to get to know women. Instead, bring them out on a date when you've mated with them a couple of times. Besides that, the only other dating I recommend is when you first meet her and you're having a meeting of the minds to negotiate the terms of your relationship and the type of arrangement. It better not be a dinner date either. Keep it simple and don't go over $70 in my opinion. If she agrees to have this arrangement type relationship after you've benefited a couple of times, I don't see an issue bringing her out on a dinner date. Just don't commit, knock her up or fall in love, and you'll be good. The next best option that I see many men are doing is getting your passports and going overseas to get with foreign women. We all know that the women in these first world countries are not pleasant, let's just say that, and men have been thrown in the cling trying to talk to women. Approaching women and even looking at some of these women can land you in trouble. Men have been called pedophiles, creeps, rapists, sexual harassers, and the list goes on and on. So why the hell would these men want to approach women in womanism-infested countries when they risk getting defamed or spending a couple of nights in jail? But when they go overseas where the women are not so entitled and bishy and treat their men way better, you blame men for flocking to those poorer countries where they'll get respected and better treatment. The dots are not hard to connect as to why men are opting out of approaching and dating women in their countries because the XXs there treat men like second-class citizens. When you go overseas, you'll get women doing the same type of transactional relationships that, depending on which country you go to, is totally acceptable or legal. Not to mention the dollar, pound, and euro go far in some of those poorer countries, so you can have a field day over there as long as you respect their culture and keep it on the down low. Don't go to these countries and try to swindle women or cause problems because you'll make it tougher on the next man. So just chill and do your stuff on the down low. Some men choose to enter relationships with foreign women, which I don't recommend, but you can do that if you want. As long as you know that when you're gone, another man or foreigner is pumping the juices out of her wet vice grip, then you do you, bro. I wouldn't do it with what I know, and I would not support a woman living in another country unless she had my kids and the money was for the family, not her specifically. And the rule that should not be broken is never to bring a woman from a foreign country to your first world country, no matter what. If you bring a woman from her country to your country, it's only a matter of time before she swindles you to get her green card, so keep that in mind. Tap the like button, guys. Let's pass the like goal of 500 likes and we cool. Overall, I would recommend going overseas to get the treatment that you want from women, especially if you make an average salary. I don't see the point of approaching women who act like they hate you and think they're better than you when you can go overseas and get the same quality for less. And for the brothers who are done dealing with women, whether it's temporary or permanent, I also have a solution for you. Down in the description box is the Free Agent Lifestyle book, which will give you the knowledge to prioritize your life over dealing with women. Also, you guys have the option of going monk mode or your own way if that's what you want. Whether temporarily or permanently, you can stop messing with women altogether. That way you can live your life for yourself and leave these cream gobblers alone. Life doesn't get any better when you don't have to deal with women and you have peace, quiet, and freedom. I'll link my second channel in the description box that I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. It won't be Manosphere related, by the way. I only need 200 more of you guys' support, and I'll be halfway there to getting monetized. And all of you who subscribed, I appreciate it. So show a brother some love and go subscribe. It will be the top link in the description box below. With that said, if you are new and want more RP content that will give you options and make you think, then subscribe and hit the bell and hit all so you get all our videos. And don't go into any relationships right now, guys. Hold the line and stack your money. I don't know if you guys are looking at the economy, but things are not looking good, and the worst thing you can do is start taking care of another woman when things are so unpredictable. So hold the line in this cuffing season because winter is coming. Also, if you want to watch part 1 of why men are not approaching women anymore, then click the video on the screen right now.